Hey everyone, and welcome back to Brian's Horror Movies for Life, and welcome to this 1983 horror movie review as part of my overall 1980s horror movies series. Um, so today, the movie we're going to take a look at is one that I streamed off of Amazon Prime. Actually, I actually rented it from Amazon Prime. It wasn't included with the membership, but that movie is entitled "Of Unknown Origin" from 1983. So, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about "Of Unknown Origin." So, "Of Unknown Origin" is a 1983 psychological horror film directed by George P. Cos- Cosmatos in his North American film debut, based on the 1979 novel The Visitor by Chauncey G. Parker III. It focuses on a mild mannered Manhattan banker who becomes increasingly obsessive and destructive in his attempts to kill a rat loose in his renovated brownstone. The film's title refers to the misconception that rats have no known or they have no known origin. So Bart Hughes, a mild-mannered investment banker in New York City, moves with his wife Meg and their son Peter into a brownstone he helped to renovate. Meg's wealthy father, Milton, invites the family to a vacation in Vermont, but Bart declines, preferring to work on a project that should get him a promotion. Shortly after Meg and Peter leave, Bart learns that the project has been assigned to another employee, James Hall. Bart is outraged until his boss, Elliot Riverton, assigns him the important task of writing a reorganization plan for the company's branch offices, due in 2 weeks. Elliot also invites Bart to join him at a dinner party for the bank's Los Angeles branch manager the following Thursday. That evening, Bart discovers a leak from the dishwasher that floods his kitchen floor. Cleet, the superintendent of a neighboring apartment building, determines that the hole in the drainage hose was caused by a rat. He also informs Bart that rats can survive almost anything, including an atomic explosion, and warns that the females are twice as vicious as their male counterparts. Bart sets traps for the critter that evening, but when he examines them the next day, the bait has been removed and the traps are badly damaged. He spends his lunch break at the library researching rat behavior, and although he is horrified by the revelations, he shares them at the dinner party that evening, ruining the appetites of the other guests. So that's to set up the premise, the beginning of Unknown Origin. As far as the cast goes, we have Peter Weller as Bart Hughes, Jennifer Dale as Laurie Wells, Lawrence Dane as Elliot Riverton, Kenneth Welsh as James Hall, Murray Chaikin as Dan Oral, or Maury Chaikin as Dan Aurora, Louis Del Grand as Cleet, and Shannon Tweed as Meg Hughes. So yeah, that's to set up the premise and the cast for the 1983 psychological horror film of unknown origin. Um, so yeah, this movie I thought was pretty interesting. It's pretty good. Um, I'm not going to say that I love it, but I do like it. So let's just go ahead and get into why by talking about the pros. And the first thing you have to talk about when talking about of unknown origin is Peter Weller. His performance as Bart Hughes is top shelf, in my opinion. You know, his arc that he has to pull off from going from kind of a carefree, wealthy investment banker businessman to an obsessive, aggressive, um, just obsessive person that's trying to kill this rat and basically destroys his home in order to do so. It's really quite seamless and amazing by Peter Weller. I don't know if I've seen him in anything else. I know he plays RoboCop, but I'm not sure I've even seen that movie before. But this might have been the first movie I've seen him in like a main role, and I was really blown away by his performance. So that's really the first thing that stood out to me. And I think it's one of the best things about the movie, frankly. I also think the sound design is good, especially the sounds that the rat makes while scurrying about and screeching. Very real and effective. Um, the setting of the brownstone he lives in and how the film utilizes all the space in this home while the home is being destroyed by Bart himself. Um, Trying to get this rat is really impactful. It's an impactful setting because of what's taking place inside the walls there. And then I thought the final confrontation And the setup leading up to it was really good. Where Peter Weller's character basically he makes this makeshift outfit like with pads and stuff, and he like reinforces this wooden bat with like spikes and stuff on it to try to kill this rat because he's gone down in the basement before and the rat's kind of got the better of him. He hasn't really been prepared for it, but this time he goes down with almost uh, like a super modified outfit as well as a modified bat, and he basically goes into this basement by the end, this final confrontation, with the idea that either he's coming out or the rat's coming out, but one of them is going to die and that they're not going to coexist anymore. And you really feel that through this final confrontation because he goes ape shit on this rat. I mean, everywhere the rat goes, he just destroys everything in its path. So he really has the fact that this rat has consumed him is an understatement at this point by the end of the movie. And so I really enjoyed that final confrontation. That it was all or nothing. That one of them was going to die and they weren't going to coexist anymore. So it ended up being a very satisfying final confrontation and third act of the movie. I thought. Um, so that was quite effective for me. So those are kind of my pros of the things that I liked about Of Unknown Origin. As far as the cons go, I really only have a couple. The effects surrounding the look and the movement of this quote unquote large oversized rat as they try to sell it in the movie is clearly just them focusing like superimposing or like focusing really close on a regular sized rat and like focusing on the teeth of the rat and like the tail, the head, because they obviously didn't they couldn't get probably with the budget they couldn't get like a full size practical effect animatronic rat that was going to be oversized. So it wasn't overly convincing in my opinion. Like I said, I don't know if it's budget related that they did it that way, but I mean, for the time, I mean, I guess it's the best they could do, but I could definitely tell that this was a regular size rat. There are some slower, boring parts earlier in the movie as well before things really take off with Bart and this rat. I don't know, just some scenes I thought could have been shortened up or tightened up a little bit. But that's not a huge con. And then, even though it is a psychological horror movie, you might be asking, well, wouldn't this be more of a creature feature? No, because it focuses not so much on the rat attacking people. It focuses on this rat overtaking this person's home, and this person just becomes obsessed about taking this rat out. It's really a character study kind of thing in a lot of ways. So I think it is a psychological horror film, but I don't find it overly scary. I mean, yes, rats, they're not my favorite creatures. I do find them more disgusting than anything. Not necessarily scary. And I know some of the ones in New York City, particularly back in those days, and I'm sure even now, like in the sewers, can get as big as a dog or even bigger than that. So I definitely I definitely don't want to confront any. And I'm not saying it wasn't an horrific experience for him, Peter Weller's character. But in general, I just didn't find the movie overly scary. There are some pretty good scenes of tension and build up, but overall, guys, this movie's pretty good. It's definitely one of the better ones I've reviewed in the last week or so, which low bar considering some of the other ones, but I'm going to give Of Unknown Origin a 7 out of 10. I don't own it. Well, I own it. Well, the thing about that is I looked on eBay and you either get a DVD or a Blu-ray. Well, the DVD is a Snapcase, and I refuse to buy another Snapcase movie, so that's out. And the Blu-ray is probably what I'll end up getting. However, it is like 40 to 50 bucks. So I'm guessing this movie's been out of print for some years now. So I have it on my saved cart, but I'm not going to rush out and buy it. But can I see myself adding it to my collection at some point? Possibly. But I mean, I'm not in a rush to go out and spend $50 on it right now. That being said, it's a good effort. I think it's well directed. It's certainly well acted by Peter Weller. And like I said, the sound design and the final confrontation in this setting is very good in this movie. So 7 out of 10 for Of Unknown Origin. Comment down below your guys' thoughts if you've seen this movie from 1983, what you think of it. Does it work for you on a horror level? Comment down below. Please like this video, hit the old notification bell, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It would really help me out for the future content on my channel going forward. But with that being said, thank you for watching. I hope everybody's doing well, and as always, stay scared. Bye.